My name is Vermarie Petit Frere. I'm 31 years old. I like long walks on the beach. I'm pretty awesome. I don't know what else to say. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Well, born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. I'm the youngest of five. I just like to have fun. I think laughter is important to live a healthy life. I think just having good people and good positive vibes around you are very important to just being a good person all around. I don't think life should always be so serious all the time and you should always walk around with your face frowning. I think happiness and laughter is a good thing. So I grew up in a home of five. Dad's a pastor, grew up singing in church and, just being very active. You know what it is. You know what it's like, well, some of you know what it's like to be a pastor's kid. It's very demanding. But I will say that I was brought up in a great home. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Well, before I met Kyle, I was single for like 4 years. Best 4 years of my life. I'm kidding. I wasn't really looking for anybody. I told God, I said, yo, God, I don't want to date anybody. The next guy that I call my boyfriend has to be my husband. So when Kyle came along, I was like, yeah, you're not it. It just was happening like too fast. I met him at rehearsal one night, and as soon as I walked into the room, he was like, it was like his eyes fell out of his head. You know, like on the cartoons when like a hot girl walks in, they go, ooh, that's what he did. I think we rode in the same car that night because we were riding with my sister and her husband back to Queens. And he just would not stop talking. He just would not stop texting me. And I'm like, yo, seriously? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have anything else to say to you. And he was just very persistent. And I think that's one of the main reasons that I decided to give him a shot and why I eventually fell in love with him. How did I know he was the one? Well, I can't say there was one defining moment. I will say there were a few. We had been going through a lot, within our relationship and on the outside of our relationship. And he was the same way he was persistent and consistent with trying to get with me. He was persistent in staying with me despite everything that was going on around us. And that spoke volumes because it was tough. I had never experienced a love like this before. It was new, it was different. A lot of the guys that I was dealing with in the past were pretty much take, and they weren't so much give. But when I met Kyle, it was a lot of give, and not so much take. And I appreciated that because that's something that I did not have in the past. Hilarious. He is like OD funny. And I think that's one thing that everybody knows about me. They know that I love to laugh and contrary to what Kyle believes, I am super funny. So people know that if they hang out with me, they'll get a good laugh too. But I enjoy laughter. I enjoy having fun. And there's never a dull moment with Kyle. I mean, even when we're arguing, like he'll crack a joke. And you know how like you want to front like you don't want to laugh, but it's like he's funny. You can't help it. So he's hilarious. If I had to describe him in one word, I would say hilarious. No comment. In my parents' Jeep. I was coming from church and I had stopped by his house to say what's up. And he came outside and then we were talking and then he leaned in and he kissed me. And then he said, Firm, I have to marry you. I said, dang, this kiss was that good? It's so irritating. He goes, do me a favor, stop talking for a second. And then he goes about his business. So he says stop talking for a second, like he's gonna create an open space for you to talk again, but then he doesn't. He goes, do me a favor, stop talking for a second, and then he goes about his business. I hate it with a passion. A passion. Kyle, you are absolutely amazing. I think that this is the happiest that I have ever been, and this is the most genuine love that I've ever experienced. You're not always easy. You're not always perfect. You're not always, our relationship is not always a walk in the park. But I do appreciate every moment with you, good and bad. Love you, stupid boy.